in AS2 level, we've made a teaser trailer called Shutdown. It's an
it's an action film. It's an action fantasy film. It's really cool. It's kind of dark. It's nice. It's basically a montage. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Where did this idea come from? Was it something you were always thinking about?
Spontaneous, really. It was sort of like we just had like.
It's kind of like I watched the Final Fantasy film and I thought it was really cool. So we basically tried to take ideas from that.
Cool. Cool. Okay. Right, lights off. Let's watch. Wow, round of applause, that's brilliant. Really good, really good. Come together so nicely. Right, turn the lights on, let's talk about this. That's brilliant. Really impressed with that. Okay, Stephanie, let's start with you. Lots of positives really, let's try and tease them out so the boys can write about it.
My favourite bit was the music. It was really good, it added so much effect to it. And how it was, I don't know, it had like the bang on when it came on like the universe and everything. It was really good.
Yeah. And the bangs again on the end two title shots, title scenes as well, which was lovely. Yeah, the sound worked really well. Did you do much sound manipulation with that?
Me and Jack both wrote it.
Oh, then you did quite a lot. Okay, good, brilliant. And that's kind of what the example are looking for really, to get the high marks in sound, is that you're doing that, and it worked perfectly. Matching that to the images was really good, and you're right, it was one of the strongest things about it. Good. Lucy.
I like how when Joe's running, you're wondering where he's running, and then you see the gun, it's like builds up and stuff.
Yeah, it does. And again, meanings created through editing, I think, rather than just showing him running up and you see kind of in the distance Jack and the bodyguards, whatever, standing there. Okay, cutting between the two scenes is much more powerful. It's just using the camera much more economically to create meaning than just following someone through the woods, like some of the Year 12 groups have done, and never really cutting between anything. And that worked really well. Good. Tina?
I thought...
Our guest star for today, Tina, joining us.
I thought it was I really liked the sequences between the hammering.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Like the very first one when the sparks fly everywhere.
Yeah.
Those were some really cool shots, and the church scene, because I think they really nailed it from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, well, quite. The church scene is perfect. It's a moment in quite an action-packed trailer where it's very still, and that's what you need to try and put in there, just to tick the criteria really. You did manipulation, did you, on the flames from George hammering, or did you not? Well, brilliant. The raw footage was excellent, wasn't it?
We did edit the brightness and stuff.
Oh yeah, we made it a bit grainier, so the saturation down.
Yeah. No, it worked really well. Lovely. That's it.
I thought it was good how they cut different scenes.
Yeah.
You still understood the story, but
yeah.
The teaser trailer.
Yeah, good. I mean, there's lots of enigmas and lots of mysteries, and it makes you want to carry on watching. But you're right, it's not a confusing kind of montage or bricolage of loads of different random scenes. There is a structure to it, and that structure comes across quite clearly. That's a good point. Anna?
I really like the extensive prop use, so many props and everything, really believable.
Yeah. Generally, the mise en scène, the mise en scène was really good. You put lots of effort into that, and you have shot on. I know the troubles you went through trying to shoot on different locations and ordering your masks from Eastern Europe and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, that sort of extra effort does pay off in the end, and that's where you hopefully you feel that it did. Chris?
Yeah, I think the clothes were really realistic.
And also like the scenes, like most of like the cheese trailers we've seen so far, there's only like been a few scenes, whereas there's like loads.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, good. Like loads of scenes in loads of different locations. Absolutely. Very positive, boys. Lots, you know, there's kind of 7 or 8 or 9 different things that we think we've really teased out in terms of positives. Right, here's a question for you then. What do you think, looking at the big screen, anything you think you didn't quite pull off? You know, we've always got to be reflective, so.
There was that scene where he's just Joe is kneeling before the altar, and we pan upwards, and it wasn't very steady.
Right.
I couldn't think about it. Didn't use the tripod.
We also found it wasn't that the one that creaked so much when you turned it.
Oh, it was a really bad tripod.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I didn't notice it, but yeah, okay. It's always going to be a moment in there you kind of wish you'd reshot or had more time or been able to use better equipment, and that was one. Okay. Anything else from anybody else? Tina, yeah.
Although it was all good, I think it felt a little long. Some of the shots, like personally, I would have taken the one where you had the front shot of the guy walking down the church, because that one kind of looked like the least quality, with like the light kind of blotting half his face out, and it felt long. You could get the idea that he was walking down a church just from those first two. And just I would have shortened just maybe 1 or 2 more shots. Other than that.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think kind of speed of it, difference between a trailer and a teaser trailer maybe. I think maybe you're verging between the two possibly.
It was only 1 minute 15, I think. Yeah.
Well, and it was short enough, but as Tim said, like maybe the length of shots is what sometimes makes the difference between a trailer and a teaser trailer. But yeah, no, it's a fair point. You know, it wasn't. You got it just about right, but you were kind of on teetering, I would say, teetering on the edge. Hannah, any thoughts?
Not really. I think to get it was able to be effective. Yeah, make sure the season I really
Generally lots of positives then, okay? It was obviously a very successful teaser trailer, makes us want to watch. Right, let's see your ancillary tasks if we can, and see if we can look at some kind of, look at the links between them. Okay.
So I'll just switch slides.
Yeah, good, do it. Right, talk to me about this, the choice of image, etc., and the space and the colour scheme and everything else. How does this fit with your teaser trailer?
We obviously wanted to put the antagonist and the protagonist in the poster.
Yeah.
I think you tend to see, like on magazine covers, you tend to see just one character, but posters you're allowed to kind of look more in. So we decided to put the 2 main characters in. We left out the background image because when we put like a specific background in from the film, you kind of got the idea that maybe they were like a team, like friends or something. But,
yeah, good.
So removing the background kind of takes that away, so you don't leave them as one thing. Kind of realise that one's bad, one's good.
Yeah, we also got some of the idea for the sort of the yellow outline from the James Bond films.
Yeah, they kind of like the more retro films have like more basic posters. Like they're kind of like 1 colour, 2 colours. They don't have like the Dark Knight like big old bat things and fire and stuff. We wanted to not do that because we couldn't do it successfully, so we went for more basic.
It is like, and I think like the simplicity of it is in your favour. I think simplicity sometimes is good. I think simplicity is a good thing sometimes, and it's come across really well. Right, what do we like about this poster? Everyone, say the question out generally. I think it's really successful. What do you think? What's good about it?
I like the how you can see all the details.
Yeah.
I know with Photoshop it's really tricky to clear. Like you just said, you had an original background. It's really tricky to clear, but you can see like in between the machine guns and the spaces between them, they're not merged together.
No, it's very neat, isn't it? Absolutely. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, it looks simple but real at the same time.
It does look real, yeah.
It's good.
It is, and I like, the June 2011 almost over the top of Shutdown. I think that works quite well. It's something I've really seen, but I think that does work nicely.
We stole that off the other group.
You do, okay. It works nicely. It works nicely because I think it like basically it sort of focuses your attention on the fact this is a teaser and you want to know when it's coming out, and it tells you. I like the choice of shots. I think you could really analyse this process for binary oppositions as well in your exam. I think the idea of Jack with his lighter hair and Joe with his darker hair, and you've got the oppositions there between good and bad. Joe with his enormous gun and Jack with his little gun. There's a lot going on there that you could discuss in terms of representation. I think it's really successful. Right, let's see the magazine front cover and let's see sort of how we approach that. Okay. Nice. Talk us through this one.
Pretty much. For quite a lot of the scenes, Joe's seemed to be going through forest, so we thought we'd keep that up and have it in the background.
There's a lot of forest backgrounds of like yes. We thought most posters, well they have like more characters, like introduce like a whole cast. So the Inception poster's got like magazine covers tend to have one person. So like the Captain Jack Sparrow one, definitely. Like so, we thought we'd go for one, and we thought like a really important thing about Empire is they always have something overlapping the Empire thing. It's always obscured by like a character.
It is, yeah.
We made sure that we had the gun at the top of his head, just going over that. We tried to get a nice font for the Shutdown thing, just to make it stand out.
You did.
And then everything else is pretty generic, kind of little sticker thing they always have. Yeah. And a header at the top, barcode, the films. This plus thing, we had to get like the right font as well. We tried to get one that's close to the little plus thing they do.
Yeah.
And the bottom's pretty much like we put it there.
Cool. Class A, the month baby. I like the way you're referring to the other films. Yeah, that's nice. It's a nice touch. And you're making kind of an action film, really, aren't you? So it fits nicely with Empire. Empire would have it's realistic. It would feature that film.
Mise en scene we've tried to keep as realistic as possible with Joe wearing like the bullet belt that he does in the film as well.
And you've got a slightly different, you've got a different image to your poster, and neither of them really are in your film, but there is a link between them, and that's kind of what we're aiming for, isn't it? Really, you've chosen, you've made the effort to choose different images to appear on them. They all fit nicely. The colour scheme appears over the magazine. That works really nicely. The green and the red, and I think that's it makes it like a really realistic and attractive magazine front cover. Any other thoughts, anybody?
I really like the simplicity in it, because oftentimes big name films are not littered with all the
no, they're not.
stuff. So
absolutely.
And usually action films are the big name ones, so I think it works really well.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think you've done the simple things really well, and that's what you need to do to get high marks, and that's brilliant.
Yeah, I think I could say that we could have done to improve it was just on some magazine posters they do actually have, like Dan did with his one, they put
other slight images.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
that's
they
the
do.
only thing I could really think of.
Yeah, they do. But like Empire, to be fair, like Empire does, as Gina says, it does often focus on one particular main image, more and more actually. If you get like this month's Empire and recent Empires, they really focus on upcoming films, and they have one key image. Like this month's one, X-Men, isn't it, First Class, and you've got one key image, and they've kind of delittered Empire a lot over the last year. So you could write about that in your evaluation and how you try to copy that. Good. Okay. Any other thoughts, anybody? Right, good. Round of applause for the boys. They pulled it together really well. Well done.